with another one, guys. All right, live with another one. The mic is hot. All right, welcome to the channel. This is OE MMA TV. I'm your host, OE. Like and subscribe if you are new to the channel. It takes minimal effort to give me the thumbs up, so you might as well do it. Thank you for supporting independent MMA media, guys. And like I always say, this is your channel, the only channel where the fans come first, not last. All right, guys. Let me back this up. Hold on. All right, guys. Topic of discussion today is I want to talk more detail. I want to talk more in detail about the co-main event, the main event, and obviously Jerry Prochazka versus Khalil Rountree. This is a fantastic card. UFC 320 is a fantastic card. Very much excited for it. Okay. I mean, guys, you got Patchy Mix in the early prelims. Excuse me. I mean, this card is it's a fun card. It honestly is a fun card. I'm just being honest with you. But let's talk more specifically about these fights, guys, okay? First and foremost, I saw the odds with Jerry Prochazka and Khalil Rountree. And in my opinion, man, I think a lot of people are going to get it wrong. You know what I mean? I think a lot of people are going to get it wrong. Yes, Jerry Prochazka has shown, that he has a lot of abilities. He's dynamic. And he's shown that he's improving. You know what I mean? You saw his last fight with Alex Pereira, very little head movement. And then you saw him against Jamal Hill, just a totally different guy, a lot of head movement, ducking and dodging. Jamal Hill couldn't even touch him with anything. And so he showed he can improve, right? But guys, I still don't think that type of defense is. I don't think that type of defense is going to work against a guy like Khalil Rountree. You know what I mean? I think Khalil Rountree, the guy is also dynamic, man. He really is. The guy is also dynamic, and he's very dangerous, man. He's very, very dangerous. I don't know if you guys are familiar with the knee stomp that Khalil Rountree ended up, doing to a fella, and just totally just dismantled his knees. Now, I don't know if he's going to implement that into his game plan. I have no idea. And to be honest with you, Jerry Prochazka, he's very elusive. Okay, so that's going to be easier said than done, to be honest. But I just think Khalil Rountree's defense is much better than Jerry Prochazka. Excuse me. Khalil Rountree keeps his hands up, has a very good high defense, makes it very hard to land combinations on him cleanly. He doesn't necessarily need a lot of head movement like Jerry Prochazka does, but Khalil Rountree uses his defense very, very strong. You know what I mean? Excuse me. Hold on. Damn, I got something in my eye. Oh, jeez. Sorry about that. I got an eyelash in my damn eye. My gosh, guys, like and subscribe if you are new to the channel. I appreciate each and every one of you guys. But going back to the topic at hand, guys, I think if I'm being honest with you, like I was saying, I think Jerry Prochazka's defense is just not as good as Khalil Rountree. Khalil Rountree has a real strong wall when it comes to his defense. He keeps his hands very high. Like I said, it's hard to land cleanly on the guy. He has a strong Muay Thai stance, you know what I mean, where he keeps his hands, very, very high, man, very high. So it's really hard to land anything on the guy, you know what I mean? Now, don't get me wrong, Alex Pereira, a lot of people saying Alex Pereira used Khalil Rountree as a punching bag, et cetera, right? But, that's Alex Pereira, guys. That's a guy who, his whole career, all he's used to doing is landing combinations, you know what I mean, with his phenomenal striking that he had in the past. You know what I mean? Coming from a kickboxing standpoint, you know what I mean? So, how you doing? How you doing? Los, welcome to your channel. Welcome to your chat. I appreciate you. Thank you for the like and thank you for the sub. I appreciate you, man. It goes a long way, really. It goes a long way. Thank you for supporting independent MMA media and thank you for supporting the community, man. I appreciate it. But I think Khalil Rountree, even though, Alex Pereira was able to land combinations on Khalil Rountree, I think it's going to be a different story versus Jerry Prohaska. And again, they had similar opponents. Jerry Prohaska did defeat and KO Jamal Hill, and Khalil Rountree ended up going to a unanimous decision win against Jamal Hill as well. So, I mean, this could easily be a main event for a UFC fight night, to be honest with you, and it's not even a co-main event on UFC 320. So that's very good. That's a good sign. You know what I mean? But I do hope everything stays intact because as it is right now, guys, I'm just spitting facts. As it is right now, Atiba Qatar. Is it Atiba Qatar? I believe it is. Yeah, Atiba Qatar. He's actually not. I'm not gonna say he's not gonna fight on this card, but Ozzy Diaz, I believe he's gotten injured or he's gotten some type of illness and he won't be making it to the fight at UFC 320 against Atiba Qatar. So I don't know if the UFC is gonna slip in somebody in short notice to fight Atiba Qatar, but I don't see anybody wanting to fight that guy because that guy goes in there and KOs his opponents. You know what I mean? His last two opponents, vicious KO. So I can't imagine anybody wants to step in there with that guy on short notice, to be honest with you. But yeah, it looks like Atiba Qatar might not, he might not be able to fight on this card due to Ozzy Diaz falling out. But yeah, I hope this whole card stays intact because, like I just said, I mean, fights are falling. Fights are falling, guys. It's ridiculous. Okay, let me read this. What Davis? Hello. How you doing, Davis? Hopefully you're having a good one, guys. Like and subscribe if you are new to the channel. Okay, like I always say. All right. Like I always say, this is your channel. I am just a pilot, okay? The only channel where the fans come first, not last. And guys, a lot of people think Jerry Prohaska is going to do similar things to Khalil Rountree. Similar things that Alex Pereira was able to do to Khalil Rountree. And I just don't see it, guys. Okay, I just really don't see it. I think, don't get me wrong. Like I said, Jerry Prohaska has shown abilities to improve even during the fight. Okay, and let's not forget, guys, Jerry Prohaska has some good ground game as well. Okay, he's relentless. The guy is relentless. Okay, he submitted Glover, the Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu specialist. Okay, even though Glover was, way past his prime and just tired. You know what I mean? And Jerry Prohaska was able to get on his back and rear naked choke him. But still, guys, I think Khalil Rountree is going to keep this fight standing, and they're both going to keep the fight standing, and it's going to be a good one. But I have to disagree with everybody else, man. I think Khalil Rountree is going to win this fight, guys. Sup? How you doing, man? How you doing, Jason9? Jason9, how you doing? Welcome back to your channel. Welcome back to your chat. Nah, Pereira is on other level. Jason9, I do agree with you. I think Alex Pereira is on another level, and we're going to talk about that in detail, guys. I already made my UFC fight predictions yesterday, but I wanted to talk a little bit more about, you know what I mean, Jerry Prohaska, Khalil Rountree, and the co-main event and the main event. And right now, a lot of people think Jerry Prohaska is going to win this fight against Khalil Rountree, but I'm telling you guys, I'm telling you right now, Jerry Prohaska's offense is liable to get him. I mean, not offense. Jerry Prohaska's defense is liable to get him knocked out. And the reason why I say that is because go watch, the fight with Alex Pereira, and then go watch the fight with his most recent fight that he ended up knocking out Jamal Hill. Go watch both of those fights, and you're gonna see, guys. You're gonna see what I'm talking about. His head movement with the Jamal Hill fight, huge improvements, but it still has holes in it. Okay. Still has holes in it because he's moving his head around, you know what I mean, like if he's a boxer, you know what I mean, with his hands down and just moving around. And I'm telling you right now, if he comes in with a similar strategy and with a similar defensive strategy against Khalil Roundtree, I think Khalil Roundtree is going to read into that. He's going to read his movements, and by the first round to the second round, I think Khalil Roundtree can land a nice head kick. All right, especially if Khalil Roundtree is is setting up the head kick. You know what I mean? So let's say Khalil Roundtree goes in there in that first round and starts obliterating the body of Jerry Prochazkas with some body kicks. You know what I mean? He just continuously throws the body kick and is landing because most likely it's going to land. Okay, even if it doesn't land, those kicks that Khalil Roundtree is liable to land on you, even if it doesn't land clean, those hurt. Okay, even if it lands on your hand, I mean, not in your hand, but on your forearm, okay, and on your elbow, those kicks hurt. Okay, they hurt like hell. All right, so let's say in the first round, he's landing some body kicks. He probably throws maybe, I don't know, 8 body kicks during the first round. And then maybe, maybe 4 or 5, lower leg kicks, you know what I mean, to keep him honest. You know what I'm saying? So no head kicks in the first round. Okay, so all body kicks and lower leg kicks in the first round by Khalil Roundtree. By the second round, guys, Jerry Prochazka he's gonna be I honestly think he's gonna keep his hands down. He's gonna continue with that head movement that he usually comes with. Okay, and then he's gonna get caught with a head kick by Khalil Roundtree. That's what I see, guys. Okay, that's what I see. Is a story I love story. That is what's up, man. That is what's up, man. Well, that is what's up. Sorry about that. That is what's up. But yeah, guys. I mean, I think that's the way it's gonna break down. I think if I had to give it, in detail, I think that's the way it goes. You know what I mean? I see Khalil Roundtree going in there, setting up a head kick, probably finishing him in the second or third round. To be honest with you, that's the way I see it. Okay. But moving on, guys, I do want to talk a little bit more about Merab and Corey Sandhagen. Okay, Mustard. Welcome back to your channel. Welcome back to your chat, man. What's up? I think if Ank keeps the belt, give the shot to the winner of Khalil and Jerry. If Alex wins the belt, give shot to Oberg. Excuse me. I think that's a good breakdown. I think that's a good breakdown right there. You know what I mean? Look, man, I'll tell you right now, if Ankalaev loses this fight, he will not get a trilogy fight. The UFC is definitely going to move on from that. I guarantee it. I guarantee it. Okay. So when it comes to Ankalaev, he has a lot of pressure on his back right now to be able to deliver. You know what I mean? He beats Alex Pereira. Most likely, Alex Pereira moves up to heavyweight, but we'll see. We'll see how that whole thing unfolds. But Lowe says hi, Mustard, and Mustard says sup. But yeah, guys, let's talk more specifically about Merab and Sandhagen, guys, a little bit. Okay. Look, everybody knows that this is I mean, you're an imbecile if you think Corey Sandhagen is going to go in there and get lucky. Now, is it possible that Corey Sandhagen can go in there and then all of a sudden just luckily spark Merab? Look, anything is possible, especially with mixed martial arts. This isn't boxing, okay? Especially with mixed martial arts, anything is possible. But when you look at the great detail of Corey Sandhagen, guys, he hasn't knocked out anybody since Frankie Edgar, okay? And that was a dead body of Frankie Edgar, okay? I hate to say that because I love Frankie Edgar, okay? Legend in the game, okay? But we got to talk with facts, and that is a fact. When Frankie Edgar fought Corey Sandhagen and Frankie Edgar got knocked out by Corey Sandhagen with a flying knee, okay? Frankie Edgar was a shell of himself, okay? So I just don't think Corey Sandhagen can, pull it off. I just don't. I don't think he could pull it off. I don't think he could get luck on his side, especially with a guy like Merab. Because even if you rock Merab, I still think Merab is still liable to stay in the fight. I really do. The guy's a machine. Okay, let me read some of these comments. I think Sandhagen will make it 5 rounds, but he won't win. Mustard, that's a good way to break it down. I don't see Corey Sandhagen, I don't see Corey Sandhagen, excuse me, making it into the championship rounds. I just don't see it. You know what I mean? I see Marab. I see Marab going in there, being relentless in that first round, relentlessly going for that takedown, wanting to, press Corey Sandhagen, up against the fence and utilize that fence for the takedown. And even if he doesn't get the takedown, I think Marab would land multiple knees, multiple punches, in dirty boxing, in that closing, clinched, to the point where Corey Sandhagen, he just can't get Marab off of him. You know what I mean? And by the second round, Corey Sandhagen is going to start getting desperate. He's going to start doing just crazy things. He might do a front flip, you know what I mean, like Justin Gaethje does, just to see if it works. You know what I mean? And maybe he catches Marab. Maybe, you never know. And but I think by the third round, I think that's going to be it for Corey Sandhagen. For Corey Sandhagen. I think by the third round, Marab will go in there and most likely take him down, submit him. Uh, Yeah, I see Anaconda or rear naked choke. To be honest with you, for that fight, I don't know what is that. Oh, Mustard says people forget Sandhagen. He has good takedown defense, not enough to full on nullify Marab, but I think he has enough to deny a bit. People forget he wasn't doing great denying Umar's takedown. People forget he was doing great denying Umar's takedown. Mustard, I agree with what you excuse me. I agree with what you just said right there, Mustard. I really do. But going back to that. Damn, who's that fight? Marab, I didn't think enough to deny. People forget he was doing great denying Umar. Umar's, yeah. Sorry, excuse me. I had a brain fart there for a moment. Going back to that Umar Nurmagomedov fight with Corey Sandhagen, that's another fight that you could really look at and just it's a telltale, guys. I mean, Umar had better stamina than Corey Sandhagen, and here we have Corey Sandhagen in his recent interview saying that the reason why Marab wins is because he tires out his opponents, and I won't get tired. And in reality, if you really look at that fight with Umar and Corey Sandhagen, Umar was doing a great job at utilizing his stamina as well. By the end of that fight, Umar was definitely, his stamina was definitely better than Corey Sandhagen's. So can Corey Sandhagen actually not get tired during the fight to the point where he can actually last against Marab? I just don't see it. I just don't see it, especially with how Umar couldn't last with Marab. All right, the math ain't mathing, guys. Okay. Let me see. Jason Nine says you saw Pereira and Ankalaev talking shit to each other. LOL. Thought they were about to swing. Jason Nine, I did see that. You know what I mean? But it was awkward. It was definitely awkward, guys. Jason, why you? That was bad word. LOL. Biker Boy says Pfeiffer KO's Jury, KO Big Ink, KO Marab, Sub Zalal, KO. What you think? They're my picks. Pfeiffer, KO, Jury, KO, Big Ink, KO, Marab, Sub, Zalal, KO. What you think? All right, Biker Boy. Look, if I had to break it down right now, I'll tell you right now. Okay, when it comes to Pfeiffer, okay, I definitely didn't pick Joe Pfeiffer to win that fight. Okay, I don't like Joe Pfeiffer. Okay, I don't like that guy as a mixed martial arts fighter, and I don't like him as a human being, to be honest with you. Okay, he's a jackass, if I had to be honest. Okay, so I did pick against Joe Pfeiffer. Okay, I picked Abbas Magomedov to go in there and continue his winning streak. He's 3-0 right now. I think he's going to make his record 4-0 when he beats Joe Pfeiffer. Okay, so I disagree with you on that one. Now, when it comes to Jerry, I disagree with you on that one as well. I think Jerry is going to get caught. I already broke this down earlier in this live. I think Khalil Rountree is going to go in there, hit Jerry Prohaska with some body kicks in that first round and with some lower leg kicks to keep him honest. Okay, and not only to keep him honest, but he's in that first round. He's setting up a head kick. Okay, all that head movement with your hands down like Jerry Prohaska usually comes out. I think by the third round, Khalil Rountree is going to land a head kick and knock out Jerry Prohaska. Okay. And when it comes to Big Ink, I think Big Ink does win. I did pick Ink to win. And Marab, I do agree with you when it comes to Marab. And when it comes to Zalal, Zalal, did I? Hold on a second. Khoisan Khalil. Oh, Yusuf Salod. Yeah, I did pick Yusuf Salod. Sorry about that. I was having another brain fart. I did pick Yusuf Salod to win, but I don't think he wins by KO. Maybe by submission, but I don't see him winning by KO. But overall, Biker Boy, good picks. Mustard says, and it was actually a close fight. Plus, I don't think Corey will have much to worry about striking wise. I think uh, striking wise, I might sound crazy, but Corey Sandhagen might surprise me. And that's what everybody says. That's what everybody is saying. Everybody's saying that he's going to be the hardest guy for Marab because of his style, and he might be liable to catch him with a spinning back fist, spinning back, whatever. Gino, welcome back to your channel. Welcome back to your chat, Gino. Like and subscribe, guys, if you are new to the channel. Okay, run up these likes and run up these subscriptions. All right, do me the favor, support the community. You already know what it is. Gino says, and new UFC middleweight champion of the world, Dricus, still knocks Duplessis. This guy, bro, he's still with that, man. Man, he fell asleep, right, and then woke up, and he still thinks DDP is a champion. Biker says a bus got steamrolled and finished by Strickland. LOL. Look, Biker Boy, I understand what you're saying. I understand what you're saying. All right, but I don't like Joe Pfeiffer. Okay, so I'm not gonna pick Joe Pfeiffer. I hope Joe Pfeiffer goes in there and gets himself submitted. Okay, hopefully he gets himself submitted so I can sleep good at night. Okay. Gino says, I can't wait for this coming weekend. This UFC 320 is going to be lit. Gino, it is. It's going to be exciting. It's going to be lit. It's going to be fire. Okay. Biker Boy says, jury finished Hill, Roundtree didn't. Well, I understand what you're saying, but I mean, styles make matchups, guys. All right, styles makes matchups, and I think there's two different type of fighters. I think Jerry Prochazka is very aggressive. He's not afraid to step forward and be aggressive. Khalil Rountree is not. He's not that aggressive until he sees an opening, he sees a finish, and then he'll start getting aggressive. Two different style of fighters. You know what I mean? So that's why Jamal Hill was able to last against Khalil Rountree. But let me tell you something. Khalil Rountree put a pounding on Jamal Hill. Okay, put a pounding on him like Diddy would at the Diddy party. Okay, pause. No homo. All right. But hey, you can go ahead and put your money on Jerry Prochazka. I'm just calling it as I see it, guys. All right, I'm just calling it as I see it. And with my UFC fight predictions, I'm 214 wins and 143 losses, guys. That's 214 wins and 143 losses. Okay, for my UFC fight predictions for 2025. So I'm telling you guys, okay, you guys should listen to me if you plan to put some bets on, okay. everybody thought last weekend that main card that what's his name, I'm having a brain fart again. Everybody thought that Dominic Reyes was going to win that fight. How did that go, guys? Let me see. That was early finish though, Biker Boy. Very true. By OE MMA TV, we'll watch something. All right. You have a good one, man. Thank you for stopping by in your community. If Alex loses this rematch, do you think he might come back to middleweight? He's definitely not going to middleweight, guys. I think if he loses this fight against Ankalaev, I do see Alex Pereira moving up to heavyweight and making that heavyweight division great again, okay? Excuse me. Manny says, considering Volkov is bigger guy than Lewis, who do you think has the biggest? Me. All right, I do. So I can put it in your mouth. All right, if I could put it in your mouth and make it swivel, okay, make it swivel right in your mouth. All right. Mustard says, where do you think Dominic Reyes should go after the loss to Ober? Personally, I want to see him fight John or Johnny Walker. Mustard, personally, if I had to be honest with you, I think Dominic Reyes should. I think he should take a break. In my opinion, I think he should take a break, and That Johnny Walker fight might actually sound good. Johnny Walker, he went over there to China and ended up getting a win, a surprising win. Everybody thought he was going to lose, including me. And then he goes in there, lands some lower leg kicks, and then all of a sudden wins the fight. Okay, so that Johnny Walker versus Dominic Reyes, that sounds fun, but I don't want to see it anytime soon, though. You know what I mean? I think Dominic Reyes, excuse me, he needs to take a long break and then possibly come back, have one more fight, maybe two more fights, and we'll see how that goes. Because if he gets knocked out like that again, I think he should call it. Honestly, I think he should call it. Gino says the he- the heavy the heavy lightweight division has always been a bit boring. I think Chamayev should move up and make it a bit more interesting. Well, Gino, that sounds very interesting, but I still think Chimaev has unfinished business in that middleweight division. I mean, he's just beat the champion in DDP, and he beat him fairly easily. So I would like to see him, defend his belt, maybe 3 or 4 times in that middleweight division before he actually steps up into that light heavyweight division. If I had to be honest, but I like your train of thought. Mustard says I don't regret the Dominic for a second. It was fun while it lasted. Look, Mustard, I agree with you. I agree with you. I even said it, man. It was fun while it lasted. It really was. I do appreciate Dominic Reyes. I really do. Fantastic fighter. It's just sometimes it's just not your night. And against Olberg, it just wasn't. Hassan says, Gino, you still talking about DDP? Hassan, welcome back to your channel. Welcome back to your chat, man. What's up? Titus says, bro, Ronaldo or Messi? I have to be Messi, my guys. I have to be Messi. Hassan says, Titus, Ronaldo, no contest. Hassan, no, it's Messi. Mustard says, nah, 100%. I feel like Dominic never took any breaks after all the KOs. Very true, man. That's very true. That's the reason why I'm saying I honestly do think Dominic Reyes needs to take, maybe a 6 to 7 month hiatus or maybe 8 month hiatus. A long little layoff. See you in 2026 in the fall. You know what I mean? Jason Nine says Alex Pereira got to be careful though. There's strikers like Popovich in the heavyweight that could put him to sleep. Jason Nine, I understand what you're saying, but I have total faith in Alex Pereira. I really do. I understand what you're saying, but those heavyweights are very slow. You know what I mean? They're very slow. They're stiff. You know what I mean? They seem like they're stuck in the mud. You know what I mean? That heavyweight division is in shambles. So if Alex Pereira goes in there, I don't really think he has anything to worry about, to be honest with you, because I don't really think I mean, I think Alex Pereira, if he goes up to the heavyweight division, they'll probably give him a tune-up fight, one fight, and then after beating that, opponent, Alex Pereira will most likely fight the champion, whoever's there, because I honestly think Cyril Gahn is going to surprise everybody against Tom Aspinall. I don't give a damn. Mustard says Chimaev, bro, has 0 title defenses. Exactly, Mustard. My point exactly. Gino says, why do you think Dricus is so quiet? DDP does no interviews, no social media, or our boy Dricus is probably in Dagestan. I hear you, man. Who do you think? Who do you want to headline at December? Man, I don't know. I really don't know who I want to headline in December, guys. I just don't know. I just don't know, to be honest with you. Gino says after a few title defenses, Chimaev should move up. But if he wants to be 3 division, he should go down to welterweight. Gino, you're out of your mind. Gino, you're out of your mind. He's not. I don't see Chimaev going down to welterweight, to be honest. Biker Boy says Dom is a bum. Him and his busted up hairline. I had Oberg KO round 1. Didn't disappoint. Biker Boy, I agree with you. I had Oberg winning that fight as well. Mustard says Popovich, with all due respect, isn't that technical? He's just a power puncher who's trying to play counter boxer when he's better as a pressure guy. I hear you, Mustard. I agree with everything you just said. Gino says, I think Brock Lesnar is a bigger heavyweight star than John Jones. Yeah, most likely because I mean he's coming from WWE. You know what I mean? He already has an established big fan over there. So yeah, I agree with that. Mustard says I could see Alex sleeping Pavlovich. He's way better technical striker. I do think he'll struggle against Tom Curtis, Blades, and Volk. Give him a problem, but the only one he'd probably lose to is Tom. I hear you, Mustard. I hear you. Hassan. Gino, he does no interviews because his 15 minutes of hype is over after Jamaya. Hassan coming in here with the low blows. Guys, like and subscribe if you are new to the channel, okay? Like and subscribe. All right, run up these likes and run up these subscriptions, man. Do me a favor. I agree. Popovich is just heavy hitter. Power still power, though. I hear you, Jason 9. I hear you. Hassan says, Gino, are you kidding, right? Overeem took out Lesnar. Yeah, yeah. You're absolutely right. Damn, I need a drink. Hold on a second, guys. Man, I don't know what's going on. Oxygen is trying to kill me these days. But when it comes to Overeem taking out Brock Lesnar, he did, and not only Overeem, but I mean Cain Velasquez. Look at what Cain Velasquez did to Brock Lesnar. Mustard says Povich just needs to work his wrestling over and go back to pressure fighting. Maybe. Gino Hassan, I'm not saying Brock was the strongest. I mean, he has the biggest name. Yes, Gino, he does. He does. I mean, you can't deny it. Brock Lesnar had a huge name, guys. He really did. Mustard says, Brock Lesnar, bro, that's like bringing back an old Stipe Miocic on. Oh, wait, they did that. They did do that, guys. Okay, they did do that. They brought a dead body of Stipe Miocic. Okay, the guy couldn't even make it to the octagon. He was hobbling to the octagon to go fight John Jones. Unbelievable, guys. Unbelievable. Gino, so does McGregor doesn't mean he's strongest. Gino, so does McGregor doesn't mean he's strongest. I hear you, Hassan. I hear you. Hear me out. Islam versus Crawford for the undisputed flyweight trilogy. Now, this is bigger than Khabib and Conor. This guy's not making any sense. Gino says, "I'm sure, I'm sure if CM Punk had to win his first two fights in the UFC, he would probably get a title shot." Guys, if CM Punk would have went in there and knocked out his first opponent, he would have been in a title contention right away. Right away, guys. Okay, but unfortunately, CM Punk went in there and froze. He literally froze. He literally was just kept his hands up and then moved forward really fast and got taken down. The guy froze, man. Honestly, the guy froze. Mustard says, honestly, the fact that John was getting clipped that many times by Stipe shows probably would have gotten slept by time. I hear you, Mustard. I hear you. But I honestly think that John Jones is much superior in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu and his wrestling against Tom Aspinall. So I think that's where he would have had success. I think there would have been very few exchanges before John Jones would have actually commit to a takedown and then most likely finish Tom Aspinall soon after. Jason 9 said Dana would bring back DC if that makes John Jones accept the fight. Look, let me tell you something. That's a possibility. Okay, but right now DC is weighing at like about 600 pounds. Okay, so I don't think he'll be making that heavyweight limit. Okay. Gino says, what do you guys think of Tank versus Jake Paul? What has become of boxing? It's all scripted these days, guys. It's definitely scripted these days. I'm just being honest. Okay, it's definitely scripted these days. A lot of sports are scripted these days. Sports are there just to captivate you and take your attention. Okay. So when it comes to that fight, it's a joke, guys. It's honestly a joke. Unbelievable. Gino says boxing is the new WWE. It definitely is, guys. It definitely is. And actually, WWE is doing a lot better than boxing. Okay. I'm just being honest. All right. But yeah, guys, I mean, it's going to be a hell of a night. It's going to be a hell of a night. And look, when it comes to Ankalaev and Alex Pereira, I did pick Ankalaev to win this fight. But I know for a fact Alex Pereira is going to come in there with a different type of game plan. All right. He's most likely going to have a lot of improvements as well. He's going to change up some things. All right. The first fight, it was very difficult for Ankalaev, to take down Alex Pereira. Alex Pereira was doing a good job of, nullifying Ankalaev on that takedown. So he's probably gonna, come in with a similar game plan as well, like that. But we have to see Alex Pereira commit to his striking because I don't know. I mean, a lot of people were saying Alex Pereira was injured in that first fight with Ankalaev and that he wasn't able to train the way he wanted to. So we're gonna see. We're gonna see if that's the truth, and we see the 100% Alex Pereira. Maybe it makes a difference against Ankalaev, but I still pick Ankalaev to win this fight. But it's gonna be exciting, guys. It really is. Islam versus JDM. That's my next big fight. Gino, that's a fantastic fight, man. I think Islam is gonna take that one. Hassan says, Gino, that's everyone's hype. I hear you. Gino says, oh yes, Charles Oliveira versus Diego Lopez. Is that fight approved yet? No. Actually, Charles Oliveira is gonna fight Gamrock, if I'm not mistaken. Charles Oliveira is gonna fight Gamrock. All right, I did make I did make a live for it, and I did give out that breaking news, and I do believe Charles Oliveira will be fighting Gamrock, not Diego Lopez. Mustard says, not is Gamrock versus Charles now. Yes, Mustard. I actually have Gamrock taking it. I mean, we're gonna see. We're gonna see. I mean, I don't like the fact that Charles Oliveira did get knocked out, and then he's coming into a night, another fight soon after. I think Charles Oliveira definitely should have taken a break, but hey, I'm not his coaches. I'm not a part of his team, so it is what it is. I like your doll in the background. I wish I was in the Squid Games. That would be awesome. Hey, I hear you. I hear you. You want to take a look at them? Look at them. They're there. You know what I mean? They got my back. You feel me? They got my back. So I got their back. You feel me? But yeah, I want Gamrot to get into that title picture. He's someone who's actually very active. The amount of short notice fights he's taking is admirable. Hey, I hear you, Mustard. I like Gamrot, and actually, this fight is I mean, if he's able to go in there and beat Charles Oliveira, that puts him in good contention in that division, to be honest with you. All right, but that's easier said than done. We're talking about Charles Oliveira. I mean, he's going to have to go in there and put fisted cuffs to put away Charles Oliveira. And let me tell you something. Like I said, I've seen a lot of guys get knocked out and then all of a sudden go into the next fight and they get knocked out again. I've seen a lot of guys go, 5 hard rounds, okay, with guys. And then all of a sudden, 3 months later, they do a fast turnaround and then they get knocked out. You know what I mean? So you gotta rest. You gotta rest that brain. You gotta rest that jaw, and you gotta recuperate. So that's what I wanted for Charles Oliveira. But we're gonna see. We're gonna see if that affected Charles Oliveira by getting knocked out by Ilia Topuria, and accepting a fight soon after. Mustard says, all in all, Gamrot is an active guy who won't duck the other guys. The other guys near that title picture. Let's get that top 5 actually making motion because god damn, that top 5 is fucking dead. Mustard, I agree with you. I agree with you. And I'm just being honest with you. I don't honestly, I don't think it's the fighter's fault. I think it's the UFC. The UFC is icing a lot of these guys, especially Arman Tsarukyan and Ilia Topuria. That's a fight that should have happened a long time ago, but here we are. They both of the guys haven't even fought. I mean, Ilia Topuria, yeah, he fought, he beat Charles Oliveira, but I mean, come on now, guys. Come on now. Gino says, we also need Paddy to defeat Ilia Topuria, and Islam has to beat him because the lightweight division became boring because the champ does not want to defend. I hear you, Gino. Unfortunately, we got a guy in Ilia Topuria who doesn't want to fight Arman Tsarukyan. It's a sad story. Babelmean says, only place where fans come first, not last. You already know what it is. You already know what it is, guys. Okay? The only channel where the fans come first, not last. You got it right, Babble Memes. You got it right. Guys, run up these likes, run up these subscriptions. Do me the favor. I appreciate each and every one of you guys. But yeah, guys, I mean, this is going to be a fun night. This is going to be a fun night. I'm hopefully going to go live this Saturday, okay? It's not guaranteed, okay, because I do have something, going on Saturday. So I don't know if I'm going to make it home. But I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try my damnest to make it home, at least for the main card, man. I'm gonna try my damnest. Okay, so we're gonna see, but we're gonna shoot. We're gonna shoot to go live this Saturday. Okay, so hopefully everybody on the channel, who supports the channel, hopefully I see you this Saturday as well there. and you guys keep supporting. Mustard says, honestly, I hate to say it, but Ilya is kind of a bitch as a champion. Even when he won the featherweight belt, he was like, nah, I don't want to defend the belt against anyone. Yeah, I agree with you, Mustard. I mean, I'm still not sold on Ilya Taporia. I mean, you guys know how I feel about Ilya Taporia. I mean, I already broke that whole shit down. You know what I mean? So when it comes to Ilya Taporia, I'm not really that much of a huge fan, and I'm not sold on the guy. Gino says Ilya Taporia is not a people champion because he does not fight anyone statistically. He fights who he thinks he can be. I agree with you. I agree with you, Gino. Jason Knight says Ilya Taporia sucks joke. Bro wants to be McGregor, but ducking fights and saying he is the best in the entire UFC. He's definitely not the best, Jason Nine. He is definitely not the best. You know what I heard? I heard somebody say that Ilya Taporia is actually the greatest fighter of all time in the UFC. I literally gagged. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? Are you serious right now? Ilya Taporia, greatest of all time? You fucking out of your mind. Gino says, I think Sugar Show Sean O'Malley would probably be the most famous American at the White House card. That would be a good fight. Why not? Book him. Book him. I think that would be a good popularity for him as well. And actually, it's funny that you bring up Sean O'Malley because Sean O'Malley is actually the guy who said that. Sean O'Malley is actually the guy in his recent interview and said that Ilya Taporia is the greatest fighter of all time in the UFC. I literally wanted to jump into the screen and smack the shit out of the guy. Okay? Babelmean says, where do you think the creator of Gangnam Style is now? I don't know where he is, but he's probably dancing. He's probably partying. You know what I mean? He's probably doing something. And if he's not doing that, then he's probably beatboxing. You know what I mean? That's probably what he's doing. Okay, guys? Mustard says, in my fantasy, I would do Ilya versus Armin and have Max Holloway versus Patty Pimlet for #1 contendership. Nah, I don't like that. I don't like that at all. I don't like that at all. You know what I mean? I like the Ilya versus Armin. I like that part, but I don't like the Max Holloway versus Patty the Batty. I think Patty the Batty could fight somebody else. To be honest with you, maybe Justin Gaethje, Patty the Batty versus Justin Gaethje. That would be a good one. Jason Nine says there was a motherfucker here in the chat saying Ilya will beat Aspinall, probably a Spanish. I don't know. I don't know what he was saying. I told the guy he doesn't make sense. He's making no sense actually. Okay, guys. But anyways, guys. You already know what it is. I appreciate each and every one of you guys. I really do. All right, thank you for being here. I wanted to get on here and talk more specifically about these fights: Jerry Prochazka versus Khalil Roundtree, Marab versus Corey Sandhagen, and of course, the main event of the evening: Ankalaev versus Alex Pereira. Guys, this is going to be a hell of a night. UFC 320 is going to be a treat. Okay, thank you, Sean Shelby. Thank you, Mick Maynard, and thank you, Dana White and the UFC for giving us this Saturday. Okay, I am very excited. Hopefully, you guys are excited, and I'm hoping each and every one of you guys show out this Saturday if I do go live for this event. Okay, guys? But anyways, guys, you already know what it is. This is OE MMA TV. I'm your host, OE. Okay, like and subscribe if you are new to the channel. It takes minimal effort to give me the thumbs up, so you might as well do it. All right, thank you for supporting independent MMA media, guys. And like I always say, this is your channel. The only channel where the fans come first, not last. All right, guys, I'm out of here. You already know what it is. Please. I said please. Peace. One love.